Why is everyone in the WNBA coming for Caitlin Clark?
This guy here from Wintrust Arena, the Fever really stretched out this one in the second half as we look at Diamond DeShields and Caitlin Clark. And Diamond...
We're talking about elbows to the ribs, hard fouls with zero apologies, sign eyes, cold shoulders, and interviews dripping with pettiness. It's like, if you blink, you'll miss the latest clip of someone trying to knock her out of midair. Caitlin Clark was supposed to save the NBA, but instead, it looks like the league's trying to eat her alive. So what happened? Why is the biggest star in WNBA getting treated like public enemy number one? Let's rewind. For over 2 decades, the WNBA has struggled to get noticed. People laughed at the empty seats, mocked the trophies that were, well, let's just say, small enough to fit in a Happy Meal box. He ignored the games, the players, and the league. And the reason was, most of the world simply did not care. Not because the players weren't skilled, but because no one was watching. It became a running joke. Like, nobody even cared enough to watch until Caitlin Clark came. And man, she came, she saw, and she conquered. Now, Caitlin Clark wasn't supposed to be a savior. She was just a girl from Iowa who loved to shoot. But what she did on the court was something we hadn't seen before.
Absolutely blown the roof off.
But playing at UConn, she is used to all of this. Oh, Caitlin Clark, rookie on rookie crime!
At first, people didn't believe what they were seeing. A college kid pulling up from the logo, consistently dropping 40 pieces on ranked teams like it was nothing, racking up triple-doubles, breaking ankles, and breaking records. And the craziest part? Well, she made it look so easy. But this wasn't just viral clips and highlight reels. No. Caitlin Clark was rewriting history, stat by stat.
Comes Clark. How will she go for history? There it is! The all-time leading scorer in women's college.
She became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history. Let me say that again. Not just in women's basketball, in all of college basketball. She led the entire nation in points and assists, not once, but twice. Something no one, not a man, not a woman had ever done. She was a 3-time Big Ten Player of the Year, a 3-time tournament champion, and she led her team to back-to-back Final Fours, turning Iowa into a powerhouse. Then came the awards, the Naismith, the Wooden, the Wade Trophy. If there was an honor to earn, she earned it multiple times over. And when Iowa retired her jersey, they didn't wait a few years. They retired it before she ever went pro. That's how legendary she already was. By the time she entered the WNBA draft, the world wasn't asking if she'd go number one. They were asking how many cameras would be rolling when she did. She was already filling stadiums, already signing endorsement deals worth millions.
Players currently working with the company on a design and logo for the new shoe. Joining a short list of female players who can claim to have done the same with the company.
Already drawing more eyes than the league had seen in 2 decades. And then she started her rookie season. Something strange happened. Barely weeks into her rookie season, something shifted. The hits got harder. The fouls got nastier, and the silence got louder. People's elbowed her in the ribs on live TV, some glared at her after plays, others walked away when she hit the floor. Media clips started circulating. No, not the ones showing off her brilliance, but instead, clips of her getting targeted.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, and Marina Mabry's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Marina Mabry is going to get ejected.
Well, they're going to go and look at it.
At first, fans chalked it up to rookie hazing, but then a few interview clips emerged, and fans were shook.
Coming from Team USA's coach Cheryl Reeves, when she was asked pretty much any questions about Caitlin Clark, asked if there was any second guessing from her on Caitlin Clark not making the team, and she very just spitefully says no. Doesn't elaborate on it, just says no.
Veteran players throwing shade on her, former stars criticizing her without saying her name, comments dripping with resentment.
From me? Yeah. No.
This wasn't just welcome to the league energy, this felt personal. Like Caitlin Clark had broken some unwritten rule, and now the league was making her pay for it. Just last year, it was Chicago Sky via Indiana Fever. Kennedy Carter blindsided Caitlin with a shoulder check that sent her flying.
Refs called it a common foul, but the league yesterday upgraded the call to a flagrant.
Then came June 17th, 2025. It was Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun. Caitlin got poked in the eye, shoved to the floor.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, and Marina Mabry's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Marina Mabry is going to get ejected.
Well, they're going to go and look at it.
Meanwhile, the player who body checked her, she stayed in the game. Even her own coach, Stephanie White, had enough. She called out the officiating, saying what fans had been screaming all season: the refs aren't controlling the game, they're letting it get out of hand. But the pattern just kept repeating. Each game, more contact, more hostility, more double standards. Critics tried to explain it away as rookie hazing, as if this level of physical abuse was normal, but it wasn't. Because it wasn't just the hits, it was the cold silence from the league, the smirks from opposing benches, the underlying tone that screamed, "You don't belong here yet." And that's when fans started asking, why Caitlin? Why the girl who brought millions of new eyes to the sport? Why target the one player who could actually save this league? To answer that, you have to look at the culture years ago. A former champion, Candace Wiggins, broke the silence she called the league toxic. She said it crushed her spirit for daring to be different. We all admit she was gifted, but that made her a threat, and when she spoke up, they shut her down. And we know it wasn't a one-time thing. That same energy keeps showing up. This one time, Caitlin Clark got a shout-out from LeBron freaking James.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great...
And what does the WNBA do? Smile, say thank you, celebrate? Nope. Just straight-up bitterness.
And so... me watching Caitlin, seeing what she's doing, I've been in support of her since day one because I remember myself going through that, and she has my support.
See, this league has been fighting for relevance for decades, but somewhere along the way, it stopped building and started guarding the gates. So when Caitlin Clark burst onto the scene, young, white, feminine, media-trained, and adored, she wasn't just a star, she was a threat to the status quo. Sue Bird once said. The one thing you learn is when you can step out of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable, you see what you're made of and who you are. Well, this is the uncomfortable part. The WNBA is finally growing. It's on the brink of something massive, millions of new viewers, sold-out games, cultural relevance at an all-time high. But instead of celebrating that momentum, we're watching the league implode from the inside. And that brings us to the question, what is the WNBA really hiding? Because this isn't just about Caitlin Clark, it's about Candace Wiggins, too.
Toxic and harmful. Candace Wiggins says that's how things were for her in the WNBA because she is a straight woman. Wiggins' name should sound familiar to all of you. She did play for the Minnesota Lynx.
New star get targeted, iced out, and in some cases literally assaulted on the court.
By DeShields, and Clark's going to shoot too.
Trying to slow her down, picking her up at midcourt, trying to get the offensive foul call. But
here's what no one wants to admit. There's a culture problem in the WNBA. A gatekeeping problem, a we eat our own problem. And when a rookie threatens the old guard, when she brings more attention than the league has ever seen, then instead of protecting her, by punishing her, why? Is it ego or fear that this one player could change everything and expose everything? Because the more the cameras zoom in, the more the cracks start to show. So now, the question isn't just what happens to Caitlin Clark. You have to ask yourself, If this is how they treat the rising face of women's basketball, what does that say about the system she just walked into? I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments below. If you think it's time for the WNBA to address what's really going on, write "Eyes on the League" in the comments below. And for more WNBA related content, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.